Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Grand Cat, and it is time for the Grand Cat's 2022 Christmas countdown of the top 25 wrestlers. And today we are in the top 5. Yes, that means you're only 4 days away from Christmas, so you've got 2 things to be excited about. And today it's going to start with an R. He is the modern day Bruno Sammartino. He is the head of the table. We are, of course, talking about the big dog, Roman Reigns. Yes, the longest running main champion, having both belts, Universal Champion and WWE Championship. And just overall, one of the biggest names and biggest draws in WWE history, I think, ever. And he's still in the middle of his run. And how can you not have this guy, this third member of the Shield? Now, bear in mind, we had Dean Ambrose at number 24 and we had Seth Rollins at number 22, but we have Roman Reigns at number 5. And if this had been 5 years ago, I wouldn't have put Roman Reigns in my top 25 at all. But he has done so much to bring us all back and become, the guy, the true head of the table, like the absolute main eventer. And it was a long road to get there because there was so much time that WWE were just trying to push Roman Reigns down our throats and we just weren't taking it. And, anytime Roman Reigns were coming out, there was boos, there was hatred. He was not particularly good on promos. I remember the Suffering Succotash promo just as well as you guys do. But, I mean, he has 180'd on all of that. He has completely turned around and he has just become one of the most dominant forces in wrestling today. And I don't think that's deniable. I don't think you can say, actually, I don't think, because it's not easy to, to say otherwise. It's really, ever since Roman Reigns came back and he took off the shield armor, that's the point when he became the guy. Up until that point, like when he was card refusing to load there. But I mean, like the feuds that he had with Brock Lesnar took so long and it went so far and no one was interested. Everyone was like, okay, I mean, this is what we're doing, this is where it's going. Roman Reigns has to beat Brock Lesnar. And when you had the heist of the century with Seth Rollins, it was such a jump because no one expected Seth Rollins to jump in there. But I mean, now that Roman Reigns has been champion for so long, it's like, who's going to beat him for the title? Who's going to take the championship off of him? And also, I've heard that the rumor going into WrestleMania, and take this with a tremendous grain of salt, not just a grain of salt, take an entire spoonful of salt, take an entire jar of salt with this. But I have heard that apparently the plans going forward is for Roman Reigns to defend the 2 belts on 2 separate nights. He is going to defend the Universal title against the People's Champion, The Rock, on night 1. And on night 2, he's going to defend the WWE Championship against Cody Rhodes. And I think that would be amazing to see, because I think Roman Reigns could beat The Rock and retain and still be the head of the table. Because if you put the belt on The Rock, what is he going to do with it? And if you keep the Universal title on Roman Reigns, then his reign with the Universal title still continues. But then you can also let Cody Rhodes win on night 2 against all the odds and win the WWE Championship, and then bring back the Winged Eagle belt that he already teased that he wants to bring back. So I think you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and then you can keep Roman Reigns still as the big Universal Champion, and then you can also have Cody start, being the headliner of Raw with the Winged Eagle belt. You can have a belt that people can win and can change hands, and you can have Roman Reigns retain the Universal title and just never let go of that. And I think that would be one of the strongest storylines that they could go for. And just have Roman Reigns be champion for a decade. Just have him beat Bruno Sammartino's record. Because, I mean, then at that point, you know, what outshines that? And then, if you think about it, if Roman Reigns keeps the belt for a decade, imagine the reaction when he loses it. It would be incredible. And not just that, let's talk about the man himself. The man behind Roman Reigns, that he was still wrestling when he was suffering with leukemia, and he managed to come through it and managed to return, and he got himself into remission, and he's still going to this day, and that is powerful. That is powerful stuff. No one can deny that. Getting through something like that is truly awe-inspiring. If you take away all the gimmicks, all the show lights, all of the wrestling, that is pretty something. That is real deserving, of admiration to get through something like that. But I mean, everything that Roman Reigns currently does, adding the guillotine choke, I think was a great move, as a heel move, to just, really make people submit to. Exactly like what he did with both Jay and Jimmy Uso. Jay, first of all, obviously, and then got them to, fall in line. I think aligning himself with Paul Heyman, and even Paul Heyman, being between, do I side with Roman Reigns, or do I side with Brock Lesnar? Does he go with, his current boss or his previous boss? That was kind of where you're at. But everything that Roman Reigns is doing right now, I think, is absolute gold. I think the entire WWE industry is kind of on the back of Roman Reigns' back at this point, and he really is the head of the table at this point. Maybe he wasn't when he first won the title, but by this point, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that is my opinions of Roman Reigns. And that's why Roman Reigns is number 5 on the list. We only have 4 people that are ahead of him. And I think a lot of the younger viewers might see Roman Reigns as number 1. I genuinely could see that. But I am old school, and without spoilers, the last 4 are old school wrestlers. So this is the last modern wrestler, and I think he is the best modern wrestler to date. So that is going to be it for this video, folks. If you want to see the top 4, make sure that you are subscribed and you click that notification icon so you can see when more of these videos go up. Let me know who you would have in your top 5. Let me know where you would place Roman Reigns. Do you think Roman Reigns is number 1? Do you think Roman Reigns even deserves to be in the top 25? Let me know in the comments below, because I'm always interested in seeing your opinions. But that's going to be it for this video, folks. I really hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.